Welcome back to Cruising with Carla. Today, we are thrilled to interview Ted Forbes, the proud owner of this beautiful 1959 convertible Chevy Impala. The 59 Impala has bold sweeping lines, a signature batwing rear end, and those unmistakable cat-eye taillights. It was long, low, and wide. So buckle up, because this is a ride you don't want to miss. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to Cruising with Carla. In this episode, we're going to be checking out this gorgeous, stunning, cat's meow, kick-ass 1959 Chevrolet Impala Convertible. It is the ultimate ride and cruiser, and I get to introduce to you finally my car dad and mentor, Mr. Ted Forbes. He's one of Canada's most prolific car builders. He's one of the reasons why I fell in love with cars, with 50s cars, and why I became a restorer. He's been my inspiration through and through, and today you get to meet him. And he gets to show us his 1959 convertible. When did you come across this car, and how did you find it?
I found it around in 2000. I used to stop at all my buddies up on the Yellowhead.
Yeah.
In Alberta, because I call myself an Albertan, and I knew everybody up there.
Yeah.
And when I was a little kid, I come out of Curly McKay's in Brandon, where my father used to take me in there when we'd haul our pigs to town and our cattle to town.
Okay.
And when we come out of Curly McKay's,
Yeah.
my old heart used to go pitter-patter, pitter-patter.
How come? Was it a girl or was it a car?
A car.
I knew it.
So I comes out of there, and right across the street is a white 59 Impala with a red stripe.
Oof.
And this greasy looking guy, because my mom made me cut my hair off. And I wanted long hair, and he had wavy hair, and he had this chick, this black-haired chick. They're Italians, you know, good looking.
Ah.
And the back window was out of it.
Yeah.
And it was just spitting rain.
Oh.
And I was looking at that car, and it was photoshopped in my
your heart.
And
Is that the day you fell in love with cars?
No.
Okay.
I was always in love.
You was already in love with cars.
Yeah, the whole car was on an 8-foot pallet. Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez.
There was 6 of them there. There was 5 or 6. And he and Murray kept the best one. And this was the second best one, which was absolute junk.
Yeah.
But it was cut off here. And
So Ted, show us what's underneath the hood and tell our folks a little something about the engine and performance-wise.
okay.
Okay, buddy. What's under the hood?
I use these. This is out of a Cadillac Hearse.
Another Cadillac Hearse.
And these Cadillacs have less than 50,000 K on them, and I buy them because nobody wants them until they find out what I do with them. And this is an easy bolt-on because it's basically a small block Chevrolet.
Okay.
And it's 350 horsepower and an excellent engine. And once you put one of these in your car, you can close the hood and never open it again.
Yeah, pretty smart. I think I'd like to do something like that on my Bel Air.
Yeah.
Right? Now, what is the, does it have, it's got power steering?
It's got everything.
Yeah.
This is the computer.
Yeah.
Now, there was no room to put this computer in. Well, this is the first one I did. And all the wiring was too short. But I've done other ones because I think I got 6 of these engines.
Yeah.
Because I'm Hearse rich. And I've learned how to hide the computer and everything.
And now what kind of front end suspension do we have here?
It's just stock.
Is it all bone stock? Okay.
Yeah, it's not bone stock. I got heavy sway bars and everything. Because these are big floppy cars,
Yeah.
And we live in flopland here.
Yeah, we do.
The roads. If you're in Manitoba, it wouldn't make any difference.
Dead straight roads,
I
yeah.
don't even know if you need a steering wheel there.
Now, does it have disc brakes?
Yes.
Okay, so would it have been original, like
No.
No. Okay, they
I
would have been
put
drums,
disc brakes.
right?
I put disc brakes in them because these cars didn't have very good brakes.
Yeah.
Chevy guys, they don't like to hear that. But I put disc brakes in them because it costs less to buy the disc brake kit than it does to fix all the drum brakes.
Okay.
And it's a big car.
Yeah.
And this stops really well.
No, it is. And I mean, it just sounds amazing. It has incredible sound.
You see, everybody says, wow, a real fuel-injected car. Wow. Well, it is.
It is, yes. If you can just inject some fuel injection into my leg, maybe I can heal a little quicker. What do you? So, Ted, can you take your top off? Come on down. Can you take the top off?
Okay, sure.
Can you?
Sure.
All right, let's do this. Is that the Wolfman Jack calling? Yeah, baby. All right, let's see him take this top off. This gorgeous, gorgeous car. You gotta flip those visors up. That's what you do when you're cruising in a convertible. All right, let's see this. Ted, when's the last time you took a girl into the back seat?
Well, I have a wife, you know.
Well, she's
She's
not
up
watching.
there looking out the window.
She's not. She's gave us full authority, full clearance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh.
how about we sit back there and we have a
I'm
little
not
chat?
signing anything.
You're not? Smart guy.
Would you like in the back seat with
I
me?
would love to. So what's one of the special features of this car that might be a little bit more rare and something maybe that not most people would know?
Well, it's a Canadian car.
Okay, so it is a Canadian built car.
Yeah.
How many of these cars were built?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
I
Roughly, there was probably about 70,000 American ones, and I always think of Canadian cars being about 1/10.
right.
But yeah,
Yeah.
as a matter of fact, there's about 700 and some built.
Right.
Yeah.
And how many do you think actually probably survived all this time?
Oh, none. They didn't survive well.
Guys would just wrap them around the trees
These
or
cars,
got
well,
pretty abused?
they rusted out badly.
yeah.
I found this in Alberta. It came,
Okay. Because
well,
you're like the only guy in town that has what? You gotta have like what? 30 Continental kits?
anyway,
Just about?
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 28 or 29.
So I see you have these like what are these spotlights here called? The ones that are on the 59
Oh, these
Impala?
are
The new
New View.
That's
Yeah.
correct. Okay. And you got the Continental kit. You got the dual antennas in the back. You got the bumperettes in the front. Now, what are those blue lights on the dash?
Oh,
Can you tell me about those?
those are sex lights.
What? Sex lights?
Sex
are you talking
lights.
about?
Sex lights.
Are we allowed to say sex lights on TV? I don't know.
If you don't, you're not cool.
Ah, you're not Ponzi cool.
They're sex lights.
Yep.
Did you get
Yep.
a shot of them?
You got a shot of
Okay,
them.
those are genuine. They got blue dot on the top,
Yep.
and you put them in your car, and they're supposed to cut down the glare from headlights.
Okay.
Of course, and they seem to work. but
they?
they're not working so good as they used to.
Not like the good old times, eh? Oh, Teddy.
And
The things I learned from, that's why he's my mentor. I mean, I learned everything that I know. I learned from this guy, right? There we go. You taught me all the tricks.
yeah, and I had to scrape the bottom of the pot to get enough parts to build this car.
Yeah, so tell me, how many, like, did it come intact? Did it come in piles? How many?
Oh no, piece.
Did you build it out of one car?
Swap meets.
Swap meets.
Swap meets, where I get all my clothes.
Swap meets, eh? So which swap meets would you go to? Like, what are some of the swap meets that you would?
Red Deer.
Okay.
My favorite.
Yes.
Lots of rednecks over there.
Ah, okay. You find some good parts out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
The best. Calgary sometimes, but not always. Vancouver, good ones. The Canadian ones are the best because you'll never ever find blue lights,
Right.
sex lights. You'll never find them anywhere but in Red Deer.
Oh, really?
Because they only were in Ontario, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, moving westward to Alberta.
Yeah.
And then in BC, there was hardly any. When I got this car, he
Yeah.
gave me the dash, which was out of cowl because the dash is welded in these cars.
Oh, okay. I did not that.
Yeah. And I didn't have an interior, so this is out of a 64 Pontiac or something that I just made up. And
Wow.
I made every piece in these
In these seats?
seats, and I made this and that.
So you're talking like the frame. You had to design all
There's
the
no
frames.
frame in these.
Oh.
Well, there is a little bit.
Yeah.
I made it, but
Wow.
this is because you can buy really good foam now.
Yeah.
And years ago, you couldn't buy foam like this. Like there's high density,
Yeah.
medium density, and low density.
Okay.
So you can't tell. And I
Yeah.
can show you Pontiac seats that have coil, pocket coil seats.
Right.
The bed makers. Anyway,
I know who you're thinking
with the
about.
pocket coil.
Yeah, with the coils.
And they make them in beds, and but they rust out. They all rust out.
Yeah.
And I have a few sets of those seats that are really, really rare, and I don't tell everybody because everybody wants to buy it.
That's right. And they're not for sale.
And they cost more than most people's cars, but
Yeah.
nevertheless.
So how come a 59 Impala?
You want me to
tell me
finish
the
the story?
Well, tell me the story.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just a dumbass country boy, eh? So I'm walking there with my old man, and my old man was well dressed, and
Yeah.
always he was an airline pilot. He was a Wellington pilot.
Yes.
And well dressed and an officer, and I wanted to look scruffy all the time. So I'm walking along, and I saw this 59 Impala, and then after that, my neck is twisting, and we had to go down to the restaurant where my mom was sitting waiting for us. It was called the Golden Gate Restaurant.
Wow.
Because us country bumpkins, a meal out was fish and chips.
Yes. Yeah, back in those days, for sure.
So we have to turn right, and I'm walking along. I stepped off the curb, and my old man grabs me and he holds me back on the curb. I'm only this big.
Yeah.
And he says, "God damn it, kid, you'll get run over." This close to getting run over.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, and I saw that car. It had cruiser skirts
Yeah.
and a Continental kit and some kind of mufflers like, music. And
Music
he turned
is-
and went that way. And my old heart, eh?
Oh
My
yeah.
old heart went.
You were like, I gotta have that. And then now, is that why you like putting all this bling into your cars?
I only paid a couple $1,000 for the car.
Wow.
But by the time I got out of his place, I have a picture of it.
Okay.
It's him and I are standing right there. My wife took the picture.
Yeah.
And the car is there. It's on an 8-foot pallet.
The car was on an 8-foot pallet.
Yeah, that's all that was left of it.
Oh my God, Hi actually told me, it was my own mechanic, And he gets into the car, into my Bella, and he goes, he gets on in the back seat, and then he looks up, and he goes, there's no marks. And I'm like, why would there be marks?
Heel marks?
Heel marks. And I was like, what are heel marks? Why would there be heel marks in the back of, in the top of my ceiling? Can you explain that to me?
I can show you a car that's got heel marks in it.
Oh boy, all right, well maybe we'll leave that there. All right, Teddy, so being that you've created this masterpiece, what's one of the things that you would pass on to people that are trying to get into the restoration world?
You gotta find the right car. Don't spend too much money on the wrong car that doesn't turn your crank.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense to me. And I mean, one of the biggest things that you taught me is like, convertibles. Something about getting those tops down.
Yeah, and this is Canada.
Yeah. So
And,
Canadian cars are very special.
And another thing is to outdo the Americans, because they had more cars to choose from.
Right.
They kind of got more money, or used to have more money than us.
Yeah.
And having a Canadian car that goes to an American car show and knocks their doors off, or knocks their socks off.
Yeah, it's pretty special, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and that's definitely one thing,
And I was an American for, 20 years. 20 years. I worked for Americans overseas, and I'm not anti-American or anything like that. But I am very, very proud to be a Canadian.
I know you are, and that's the special part too. Is a special bond that we have is that, and I've become a huge Canadian car lover, and I try to save as many Canadian cars as possible. It's something that I learned from Ted. But I mean, we love all cars, and I mean, as you'll see his collection, he's got everything. He's got Chevy, he's got Fords, he's got Meteors.
I love old clothes too.
Old clothes, old women too? I don't know. Maybe we won't say that. We'll cut that out. Beep.
Yeah, beep beep.
But yeah, thank you so much, Ted, for your time, for showing us your car, for showing the people your car.
Am I dismissed now?
Dismissed, soldier. No, but thank you so very much, and thank you for being so special to me, for teaching me the way of this car world, and for passing on your knowledge, because without it, I wouldn't be where I am, and my passion for cars. It was seeing your car collection, meeting you, that really inspired me to build cars.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. As always, stay tuned for more of Cruising with Carla.
Carla, she's the smart one.